Hi everybody and welcome back to the Edwin Fernio Vehicle Review channel. Before we get started, if you want any more information about any of the vehicles that we review on this channel, all the info is on the screen. Right, so today's review, another 125. Yes, now it may seem that we're just doing 125s here at the Edwin Fernio Vehicle Review channel, but rest assured we are not. We'll be moving on to bigger stuff very soon. Now, last week we looked at a super rare 1971 DKW 125 Enduro, but today's bike is a different animal entirely. This is a brand new, up-to-date spec MASH 70 125. But before we get into it, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, whatever platform you're watching on. For all our YouTube subscribers, big favour to ask. I know I'm asking for lots of favours at the minute, but will you drop us a comment below? Because if we get comments, if we get interactions, it really helps boost the channel and spread the word. And Edwin will reward you with cake. So, MASH, you may or may not have heard of them, and no, it has nothing to do with sausages. MASH are a motorcycle and scooter brand established in 2011, created by French company SEMA. And the idea with MASH is that a lot of their products, a lot of their motorbikes are inspired by old school designs of the 60s and the 70s. This one, the MASH 70, is exactly that ethos and is actually the original, the OG of the MASH range. So the original 70 came about in around 2011, 2012, and that original model really did kind of stand out amongst the crowd, predominantly because of its retro looks. Fast forward to 2026, and here we have the second coming of the 70. That's right, it's so good they had to do it twice. We'll have our resident rider, Edwin, aka the Stig Mark II, take it for a spin around the block shortly. But before he does that and we get his views and his thoughts on how it rides, we'll take you through the full specs of this 2026 model. Now, just to clarify, this isn't going to be a direct shootout between the old version of this model. This is purely a breakdown of this new model. So let's get into it. And we'll start with the aesthetics of this bike, because I think just looking at it, I think you can see what the appeal of this bike is to many people. It's got that retro look, the leather seat, the paint job on the tank, the chrome features. It's modern, you know it's modern when you look at it, but equally at the same time, it looks retro. And I think that's one of the big appeals about this particular bike. I've just mentioned the seat, it's nice and big, it looks nice, got that kind of leather kind of look and feel. Again, the retro. This is a sit up and on it bike. You want that seat to be comfy, and it is. You feel like you can sit on here for a long time and you're not going to get a numb bum. Getting on and off this bike is super easy. It's not a high up bike. In fact, I'll get on it with one hand just to show you how easy it is. It has a saddle height of around about 76 centimeters, which makes it suitable for those shorter riders also. I can get both feet flat on the floor. I'm not the tallest, I'm around about 5'9". So there you go. So it just shows you that you can get a stable platform when you're just sitting on this bike without it moving anywhere. Fuel tank on this holds around about 11 litres. I've already mentioned the retro paint job on this one. My guesstimate looking around 124-ish miles to the gallon, so not bad going. This is a nice lightweight bike. It weighs around about 127 kg. It's maneuverable, it's not particularly big, it's quite short, so you can get on it, as I said, nice and easily. The max speed on this is around 60 miles an hour. It's got decent acceleration. Again, it's such a lightweight bike that should help with that. And slowing down, you have CBS hydraulic disc brakes, 300 millimeters on the front and 220 millimeters on the rear. The exhaust on this bike, you have that kind of retro look to it, and it's one of those features that just gives it, again, I keep saying retro like I'm going back in time, but I think that's the aesthetic of this particular bike. That exhaust, though, is slightly different to the OG. I said I wasn't going to hark back too much or make direct shootouts. That is one of the main differences. The exhaust shape is different on the new spec model. 12-volt battery powering the electrics on this motorbike, including the 6.5-inch headlight, which we have tested, and yes, it is nice and bright. At the front of the bike, on the handlebars, we have a very straightforward setup, nothing overly fancy when it comes to buttons and features. But one of the things I do like is this little USB charger so you can put your phone on there, you can plug it in as you're tootling along, and it'll charge up your phone when you're using the sat nav and whatnot. That's a very useful feature. All the buttons and all the mechanics of it are nice and easy to use. Simple mirrors, not overly fancy, but they get the job done, and I think that's what this 125 is all about, really. The speedometer is located slightly off center. It's simple, it's straightforward. And just below that is the ignition. This bike is an electric start. And also you'll notice there's a few different options on that ignition. You can lock the steering. There's a little indicator on there. And there's also an option to park the motorbike with the lights on. That's a neat little feature. Maybe if you're dropping something off at night and you just want to leave it with the lights on, parked, so you can take the key out, so if there's any traffic coming, they're not going to drive into it, they're going to be able to see it a bit easier at night. Suspension on this is good. The 37mm fork tubes on the front absorbing bumps well, and the rear shock absorbers on this bike can actually be adjusted to suit your requirements, which I think is a pretty neat feature. Both front and rear wheels measure 17 inches, slightly knobbly tread. Front tyre is 90mm in width and the rear is 100mm. Before we move down to the engine, we have this section here which has this nice MASH 70 graphics on. This can be removed, and underneath there you have a toolkit. All the necessary tools in there for fixing things. This bike, your lawnmower, your neighbour's washing machine if they haven't been using Calgon. Then we finally get to the heart of this bike, which is a 4-stroke, single-cylinder, air-cooled engine. 11.1 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. Nothing remarkable here, but again, I don't think it needs to be. If you watch the marketing videos for this bike on the MASH website, you'll see 2 riders weaving their way through an urban setting. And that, I think, is the kind of appeal of this bike. It's light, it's nifty, it's easy to ride, it's simple, and it looks fantastic. It's a retro style machine that could well suit a new rider who's turned 17, done their CBT, or got their A1 license, or maybe even the more experienced rider who just wants something light, easy to nip around the town on, short journeys kind of thing. Something that's going to be easy to get on and off, that's comfy, that you don't have to arch forward and do your back in to ride. And speaking of riding it, I think we need to get our residential rider, Edwin, I don't know where he is, Edwin, the Stig Mark II, to take it round the block. Right, so our resident rider, Edwin's taking it for a spin around the block. Edwin, what was this 125 like to ride?
125, for a starter bike or a commuter bike, they're a lovely little bike. The only issues we ever have with these bikes is the customers don't look after them, so they don't adjust the chain or do the oil. But apart from that, they're a lovely bike. They're a good little starter bike.
Well, when it comes down to the manoeuvrability of this bike, it's quite a lightweight bike.
Yes.
What kind of environment do you think this would suit?
Town commuter or getting to work on a regular basis wouldn't be an issue with it whatsoever. It's a nice, lovely little bike to ride, light, like you say. Would suit the ladies, first-time riders, or the older gentleman who wants to just poddle about on a Sunday afternoon.
I think that summarises it perfectly. I mean, when you look at this bike, it's a retro-looking bike that's been brought up to modern spec. That's what MASH are trying to do here, isn't it?
Right.
And it's easy to get on and off, like we've mentioned.
Yeah.
It's light, it's manoeuvrable. Sure, it's not built for like out-and-out power and out-and-out speed.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, for a nice little commuter bike, as you've just said.
Like you say, you've got your USB, everything on there. So it's a nice up-to-date bike.
There you go. Right then, folks, you've seen the MASH 70 125. That's our review on it. Don't forget, check out the other review we did last week on the DKW 125. A little bit different to this one. But if you want any more information on this particular bike or any of the other vehicles, motorcycles that Edwin's got in store, all the details on the screen, email address and the website too. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and if you're watching on Facebook, give us a like, give us a follow, tag your friends too, and we'll see you again on another video on the Edwin Fernio Vehicle Review channel.